Okay, so right off the bat, we get footage of the councilwoman talking about Superman and basically the destruction that he's caused and how he's a trouble to society. And we also get some nice footage of Superman flying into the courthouse. You can also see how bright the color of his new costume is, and you can see that Zack Snyder did listen to the audience from the first film and the backlash he had about how dark the costume was. So it's pretty cool to see that he listened to the fans and made the costume brighter. Now next up, this scene right here is kind of reminiscent of Iron Man 2, where they're questioning Iron Man and the things that he's done and how come he's not held accountable for his actions. Next up, we have some footage of Bruce Wayne actually witnessing the fight between Zod and Superman. And actually, this fight took place within one of Wayne's towers and killed multiple people. We also have footage of Ben Affleck running into the smoke. And we see him holding this girl, but we don't know who she is. I'm assuming that she's probably one of the people in Wayne Tech's, one of their daughters. I've heard some people say that it's his daughter, but I highly think that's unlikely. So that may be one of the daughters of one of the people who died in the building. Next up, we have what looks to be Alfred walking to Wayne Mansion. At least that's what I think it is, and it most likely is Wayne Mansion. Now we have a nice shot of what seems to be, and most likely is, the Batcave. You can see in the background some of the costumes and the weaponry he has on the walls. So yeah, this is the Batcave. Then you cut to a shot of Ben Affleck seeing a paper, and it says on there, "You let your family die." Now, we don't know who wrote this. I was watching one reactor called J-Roar. Go give him a follow, subscribe to him. But he said it was the Joker, but I don't think it's the Joker. Who knows? But it says, "You let your family die." And Ben Affleck, aka Bruce Wayne, looks up. And then we get this other shot of Bruce Wayne seems to be getting back into shape, pulling a tire, working out. And then we have a nice shot of Jeremy Irons as Alfred talking to Batman about how the anger turns good men cruel. Next up, we get a shot of the Batarang stuck into the wall and the police investigating Batman's crime, if you would say. You also see that Batman is branding his targets. So we have a shot of Perry White talking to Clark Kent about how he doesn't get to decide what's right and wrong, and that no one cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman. Then we have this iconic shot from the trailer, which many people didn't like because they were kind of sick of the godlike references, but now that you see, since they're, stranded and it seems to be a flood, that's why she's reaching up to him. Now this part in the trailer is where Ma Kent is talking to Clark, and she's basically telling him to do what he believes is right, but also if that means not saving the human race, it doesn't matter because he doesn't owe us anything, which I thought was pretty different from her perspective, but I want to see how it works out in context. And now this part, we see the councilwoman from the beginning talking to Lex Luthor, so maybe she's interviewing him, or maybe he called her in, who knows, but this is a pretty good shot of Lex. And we get to hear his quote while Superman is on his knees saying, "Devils don't come from the ground beneath us, no, they come from the sky." And then here comes the epic shot of Zod in the body bag, which may be confirmation that the rumor of Zod becoming Doomsday is Robin's costume, and it's clear that the Joker has killed him at this point, which I think is pretty cool. They're going, full on deep into Batman's career. That Robin is already dead, so I think it's really cool that they're doing this, and it looks to be like this is kind of like a monument to him, because the costume isn't necessarily like red or black or anything. It's kind of like a bronze, so it might be like a statue or something dedicated to him, or he had his costume dipped in bronze. Now here's the first shot we have of Wonder Woman, or Diana Prince, in the movie. Now we have an overtalk of Bruce Wayne talking about how Superman has the capability to wipe out an entire human race and something needs to be done about it. And now of course we have that iconic shot from the San Diego Comic-Con teaser last year of Batman turning on his searchlight. Now at this point within the trailer, that's when the action really starts to pick up. We have this clip of someone in the water, but we really don't know what it is. I believe it might have something to do with Aquaman. It might not. It's really just a quick glance, and then it cuts to some horses in the desert. And then you have the iconic coming of age of Batman. You get to see his parents get murdered in most likely a flashback. And you get to see their burial. And then you get to see another shot of the Batwing flying above. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks like flying above some deserted land maybe. And we get a shot of Lois Lane and the crowd looking up at something which might be towards the end of the movie with the final battle between, you know, Superman and possibly Doomsday. So that looks like something that came from the Superman Doomsday cartoon movie. So that may be that. Next up we have a clip of Bruce Wayne outside looking at Wonder Woman. And now we get to see Wonder Woman in full costume, and she's using her metal bracelets and she creates this shockwave, which is pretty cool. Next up we have Batman in the desert fighting the Superman soldiers. Like I said, this trailer had a lot of action, but you can't really take any of this into context. I was talking to a couple of the guys and I had no theories about what this scene was, but it looks epic, that's all I can say. Then you get some shots of Batman fighting, which is amazing, 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 amazing. You get some shots of Batman using his martial arts skills, and I was trying to find a specific picture for this, but it was just moving so fast I couldn't even get a steady picture of him fighting. So that if that tells you anything, that just tells you how hardcore these fighting scenes will be. We get an overtone of Alfred telling Bruce Wayne that Superman isn't our enemy. So you can see that just like in the last Arkham game, not Arkham Knight, but the one before that, just how Alfred and Batman butted heads a little bit in that video game, they also might butt heads in this movie as well. And we have a scene of someone on a motorcycle next, which might be Lex Luthor. The only reason I say that is because you see him walking in this next shot here, and then you see him looking at the kryptonite. Now, we don't know what necessarily went on here. My guess is that maybe the Superman soldiers had a breakout, but now that I think about it, it was probably Batman who stopped something because there are tons of ammunition clips on the ground and bullets, so maybe there was a shootout there and Batman had to stop it. So now we have a shot of Batman and Superman fighting, and you have another shot of Wonder Woman, and her face right here just looks epic after she gets slammed up against the cinder blocks here. She's got that look like you done messed up now. So even though there's only 2 clips of her in this entire trailer, I'm extremely hyped for her in this movie. You also get a shot here of Batman using his grappling hook, which I think is amazing. You know, you would think since they said Batman would be in his mid to late 40s in this movie that, you know, he would be kind of hunched over or slow moving Batman, and from the fight scenes that we saw earlier in this trailer and the way he's maneuvering with this grappling hook now, it's kind of crazy because he's almost like a younger Batman, but he's not, and it's pretty cool. That was one of my biggest fears with this movie, is how are they gonna make an older Batman so tactical and fast moving like he was when he was in his prime, and it seems like they're doing a pretty good job with it here. We get a quick shot of Clark looking at Lois. We end with Lex saying the red capes are coming. Now when the trailer ends here, we have Superman ripping off Batman's doors and them standing up face to face with each other. And then the trailer ends. So that was your little breakdown of the trailer. I didn't really look for too many things in the background. If I missed anything, let me know down in the comment section down below. But like I said, I couldn't cover any other thing from Comic-Con because this really stole the show for me. If you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and share this video, comment, just blow it up, man. Thanks for watching.